Okay, so we're doing some viewer tattoos today. We got a big batch of stuff. I hope it's fun. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not.
Cool. So we'll start with one from
Don't bore
James.
me to tears, please.
It says, "Hey bro, I'm James from South Australia. I just started my tattoo journey 8 weeks ago. Here is what I've got done so far. Hope you check all my tattoos out. My left arm is the cover of the movie Supersia.
Never heard of it.
I can't even say it. And my right arm is a checkerboard being pulled into a black hole. All work in progress, thanks. Suspiria. I can't say that word. Remy? I'm too dyslexic.
Suspiria? I don't know. I've never heard of it anyway.
I've heard of it. I'm just I'm really dyslexic, so I find that word really hard to say.
Wait a minute. We're doing what's this? A chessboard with
a black hole.
With a black hole and chess pieces. This is the worst photo of all time.
I can see nothing.
There's a big glare in the middle of this. It's super close up on the horse's face.
I want to see more of it.
And like, it looks like a cool piece. Not perfect. Like, certainly don't hate it.
It's wibbly wobbly.
But like, what is this black leather background and the weird glow in the back? It's just really hard to tell what's going on.
I know. I feel like you should have sent us maybe a couple more photos so that we could properly judge what's going on with this thing.
Well, I actually feel like the horse's face is not that big. You know what I mean? Like, these pieces are at a weird angle.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean that, what is that? The queen or the whatever? I don't know. Chess. It's like really in the foreground.
I just mean like the way the leg is positioned. Even.
Oh.
Like, I don't feel like I'm getting a good look at this tattoo.
Is this a leg? I thought this was his arm.
Is it his arm? Yeah, it is his left arm. See, this is the thing. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Like, I'm not taking the blame on that one. It looks like the back of his leg.
I just remembered from the email that it was arm.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, it looks like an arm or like
I don't know where you took this. Like, what is this? What is this backdrop?
Right?
What is happening here?
I don't know. It looks like a hairy couch. Leather couch? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing more on that one.
Okay.
That's
Moving
enough of
on to Luca. It says, "Hey guys, here's my recently finished hip piece. For some context, I'm friends with this tattoo artist, and she hit me up to make a tattoo for her portfolio."
Uh-oh.
That's awesome. She wanted to do this colorful plant called Maranta and something bold and black in the middle. So I suggested, is that Bring Me the Horizons hexagram, as I'm a huge fan. I've seen Bring Me the Horizon. We took 5 sessions to finish
Everybody here seems to really like them, and I'm not a fan.
I don't like them.
It's not for me.
I'll get into that in a second. Taking about 6 months, hard to match our schedules. So the bottom work is about 4 months healed, the middle about 2 to 3, and the top leaves are 1 to 2 months healed now. The good photo is right after the last session, so top fresh. Oh, and I do plan on finishing the upper leg with her with more plants and some cartoons.
No, It's nothing against them, but like I try not to be a total hipster about music. I really do, and it's a real problem for me because I am a bit of a hipster on music, but I like really obscure, like European slow metal, atmospheric metal. So I'm not so much for the really popular metal that's happening these days.
Yeah, well, so a quick side note. So the Bring Me the Horizon, they came to Lethbridge, if you didn't know, way back. They were
Why
on
the hell would they do that?
Well, here's the story.
What a waste of time.
My friend is a show promoter, and he wanted 4 Years Strong and the Cancer Bats to come off of the Taste of Chaos tour to come to Lethbridge, and they said yes. Like the day before, Bring Me the Horizon said, well, we want to come too. And so he had to comply, because I'm fairly certain they threatened that the other bands couldn't go if they couldn't go. and their rider was insane.
All I hear is they wasted their time coming to Lethbridge.
It was the worst ever. No one wanted them there. We all wanted to see cancer bats. I mean, I'm
Well,
sure there was some fans that were really
it's-
happy to see them, but
Oh, of course there was. You would normally have to go to a big city to see a show
well, Ollie
like that.
Sykes was a giant brat on stage. He was a lot younger. I'm sure he's way nicer now. I don't really know, but he was a huge brat. He got a water bottle thrown at him. He threw a fit. Yeah.
That's weird.
Great
That's
story.
all
Anyways,
gross.
moving on.
Not a big fan of that.
Yeah,
anyway,
me neither. Bad attitude.
This tattoo's actually not bad. It's kind of cool. The little logo there, whatever pentagram this is supposed to be, it doesn't really fit in this piece, but
I think it's a heptagram.
whatever the hell it is, I don't know what it is. It's fine. I like the flower, whatever this flower she said it was, better. Or he? Is it a he or a she? It's a he. It's totally a he. Look at that. He's hung like a horse.
I'm not paying attention.
Anyway, yeah, and the fur leading up to the stomach is a dead giveaway.
It's not always a dead giveaway.
You're right, it's not, especially these days. Who knows what's going on?
They.
They.
We'll go with that.
Always
If we
go
can't
they.
identify, I'm pretty sure it's a he, but we're going with they because it's less offensive to anybody.
I like this flower. I'm a big fan of it. They did a really good job with the contrast on this thing. I would go for even more with it. Like, you know what? I don't hate this.
You don't? I do.
I don't hate it. I
like the colors.
I will say, like, I give people more credit than is due a lot of the time the minute they put color in things.
Oh man, like look at all these like fucking wobbles everywhere.
Yeah, it's not
and,
perfect.
the smidgy smudgies.
I like, you know what? I like that it's big and colorful.
Yeah, I like the shape. I like the colors. I like that it reminds
You
me
want to
of.
impress me? Do something big and colorful.
It reminds me of oil pastels. Your colors are actually in really
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah, this is a tricky little tattoo.
I
to
think
do.
I'm nitpicking your style choice, your artist style choice.
I always say when
so
your
not my
work
style.
gets bigger and more elaborate, people stop paying as much attention to the line work a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like you see a lot of huge back pieces and like you see them from afar and they look good and you don't really do a lot of like zooming in. And when you do, even
Yeah.
on famous artists' back pieces, the lines aren't all perfect. Because like when you're doing something that size, a lot of the time those little things start to matter less.
Oh, for sure.
Like it kind of gets washed away. That being said, there are some problems here. It's not perfect, but I do like this
It's
tattoo.
pretty bold.
Yeah, I mean, for a floral piece, it's pretty unique. There aren't a whole lot of
Yeah,
florals that go this way.
it's a. It's
Hard to make background for this,
I
but I guess you
mostly-
can do some like more color background.
Yeah, I mostly like the color palette. Now all I'm thinking about is how the Bring Me the Horizon fans are going to come at us. Sorry.
Oh, there's a lot of them. Like this
Sorry,
Ollie
guys.
Sykes guy is really popular.
Yeah.
People talk about him all the time.
I've heard that he's changed a lot.
I don't know anything
Since
about him.
when I saw them, it was a really long time ago, guys.
I'm not a big like. Here's my thing.
like pre-Tunny Ted.
I know people are watching a personality's YouTube channel right now, but I am a very nihilistic person in a lot of ways, and I don't believe in fame to some degree. I think we're all humans, and I'm not a big fan of hero worship stuff. Like when people make a big deal out of one person and they're like, I need all their stuff and I have all the... Nah, I hate all of that.
It's like one time I was like, I like black metal, and Jeremy.
No, it's not like that. That's a genre.
No, but it's the same thing.
You get there's good metal.
Or I was
black
like,
metal,
I'm straight edge, and then Jeremy was like, bah, 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 bah.
no, it's not. It's not like that
It
at
is
all.
totally the
It's
same
not-
thing.
I just don't like hero worship. Is all I'm saying right now. That's got nothing to do with
But
black
okay,
metal
how
art.
much I love integrity.
Yeah, it's fine to like a band a lot, but like one person is what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, man.
Like I'm not a big fan of cult leaders, for example.
I don't think I have a cult leader that I love.
Yeah. Anyway,
Remy.
moving along.
Remy is my cult leader. Okay.
We have this. We have a noose that says "Hang in there." That's. This will offend some people, for sure. I don't know if it should, because it's just meant to be funny.
Does
But-
it offend you?
No.
Yeah.
And to be fair, my father took his own life this way.
Yeah.
So I would
if anybody is going to be offended by it,
yeah.
it should be you.
full upfront about this. This is how my father died, and I was the one to identify him, and it doesn't trigger me.
No, I don't find hang in there triggering. I have never had these
I
experiences,
once
but
wore a T-shirt that had a noose on it, and it upset thousands of people, like thousands of people on my Instagram, and like people who didn't follow me were like, they assumed so many horrible things. I don't think that an image should be able to trigger you that way. Even like you need to figure that out, I feel like.
Right.
Like it's just a picture.
And it's a bit of a play. Like it's a positive message with something dark. It's like dark humor. Guys,
it is
get
dark
over
humor.
it. Right?
But like this same thing probably got me reported a million times, and I never wore that shirt in another picture after that.
Get over it, guys.
It's
I get
just
this
silly.
tattoo.
I mean, I like this tattoo, by the way. It's done very well.
Yeah, I've seen these hang in there tattoos, and this is done really well. I really like it. I like the scritchy writing.
It's not overly complicated. It does what it needs to, but you know, you're gonna have a hard time doing anything more with it.
I was gonna say your placement sucks, but I don't really think there's good placement for that tattoo.
Well, they don't want to put it on their face or something.
No, definitely not.
We had a customer at the shop here who got a noose tattooed around his neck.
I mean, good for
big
him.
too. They went big with it.
I feel like I've seen that before too.
Yeah, they went like big and bold with it.
Yeah.
So that probably upset some people.
Oh, I hope it did. Sometimes that's what you want. So this next one is from Mosey Tattoo. It says, greetings, introducing the love commander dictator of hearts. Whoa. What? Anyways.
This thing's got personality.
I got this flash when I was an intern.
Speaking of cult leaders.
Intern at a tattoo parlor maybe 5 years ago. It was part of the owner's flash book. We kept joking about him, giving him names, etc. He offered it to me before I left, and I thanked him by taking awful care of it, and it shows. Anyways, it's definitely one of my favorite tattoos, despite his legginess and many faults. I love it. Thanks.
Well, you should love him because of his legginess and many faults, not despite them. Yeah, I could see how this is the love commander. Yeah, I can see that. So this thing here has more personality than most people I talk to.
I love tattoos like this.
Yeah, this is great. What are we talking about? You took care of it adequately. The fallouts, like the little holidays in this, those give him more
extra
personality.
Character.
Yeah, I love the hard eyes and the one yellow tooth.
Yeah.
I feel like I've met a guy like this.
And he's like the perfect like 90s cartoon character.
Yeah.
Like a grumpy guy.
Well, he reminds you of not your grandpa, but like the guy down the road that your grandpa knows. You know what I mean? Like there's a sleazy guy that your grandpa's in business with. Mm-hmm. He knows like he's a pig farmer or something. You know what I mean? Like
we're talking about Picton.
No, just there's just everybody has like their grandfather has a friend like this.
My grandfathers did not have friends like this.
Wow, you missed out. My grandfather had a friend named Roy, and that guy was crusty as fuck. Like he knew a thing or two about a thing or two, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. This...
He opened beer cans with his tooth.
For me, my nostalgia with this is it reminds me of everybody has the uncle that's not their uncle. And this is the uncle that's not their uncle. Like, you know, your Uncle Bob's.
Yeah, maybe. Something like that.
Your Uncle Miles's. Your
Whatever
Uncle
the fact. I
Bill's,
definitely get behind the Love Commander as a name, though.
I really like him.
Yeah, it's definitely... I mean, you could definitely touch this thing up, but I would definitely recommend you don't. The worse this thing looks, the better it looks.
Right?
Like, this thing reverse ages. As time goes on,
this gets better.
He gets better looking and more valuable too, I would think.
And your leg hair adds to it too.
Oh yeah, this guy needs to be a little hairier and quite a bit older, and then he'll be a perfect tattoo.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.